Hey there, guys. Niels Reib here, your career branding specialist. I thought I wanted to jump on here today and talk a little bit about the importance of having a online presence that doesn't hurt your career and really be on top of what Google says about you. I've got two stories that I want to share with you to illustrate how important it is to be on top of these things. The first one goes back a couple of years. I received this email from someone in my network, and based on the content in that email, I could really feel how really passionate this person was about getting into this field, and she was just so frustrated that she never got called in for interviews. And since I've never met this person, but I could tell that she was really, really passionate, I Googled her, of course, and I kind of understood why she would have a hard time getting a job, because on page one on Google, the third, fourth, and fifth hit on her name really said all about, or told me why she had a hard time, because it was three really, really critical hits. It was some comments that she had made within, this field that she wanted to go into, and it was made in a tone that just wasn't very, very sensitive. It was very out there and very, some would call it passionate. But it was, I could understand why employers wouldn't want to touch her and didn't want to see her for interviews. So what do? I wrote her back and told her that, hey, I can really sense that you're really passionate about going into this field, and I really hope that you will get there someday, because you want to do that, and it's so deep in her that she wanted to work with all these things. But then I also told her that, hey, I just Googled you, and this is what I found. And yeah, needless to say, she was devastated, because her response was just, well, that was years ago. But as my good friend and online reputation expert Wayne Dennis says, it's what you've posted in the past that'll come back and haunt you in the future. And with that in mind, it made total sense. And of course, I told her that she could actually ask these webmasters at some of the forums that she had posted these comments in to have those comments removed. And another story that I want to share, this is more recent, this was last year. I received an email from someone who, a couple of years ago, I think this was back in 2014 or something like that, had posted a comment on one of my websites. And she told me that she had been called in for this interview. And all of a sudden, she was faced with a comment that she had made on my website about networking. And it wasn't a bad comment. It was just an honest comment about her not feeling that, networking is all it's cracked up to be. Pretty much it. And it wasn't in a foul language or anything like that. It was just very down to earth and very honest. And she told me that she almost felt violated that they chose to ask her about this at the interview. But in relations to that interview, with the position that she applied for, it made kind of sense that they would ask her about it, because it was a position about relationship building. So it made sense. And that's just to say that you need to stay on top of what goes on Google and what is up there with your name on it. Because if you sit at an interview and get caught off guard, then it's not a nice situation to be in. So I've got a couple of tips for you here. First of all, before you go to any interviews, make sure to Google yourself. Don't be caught by surprise. If you find any content on Google that you might have forgotten about, that you've put on there years ago, try to have it removed. You can always write the webmasters. Like in this case, I deleted that comment for this person from my website. Of course, I did that. She asked, and I did it. And I've even not posted comments or confirmed comments on my websites that I have felt like, okay, this is a little too touchy for this person to put it out there. And so I've actually been this editor of comments on my website a couple of times actually, because I felt like, okay, this comment is written at a point or at a time where this person might later regret it. I know it might not be my position to be that kind of a editor, but I have a pretty nice, good feeling about these things. And I wouldn't want someone to post something on my website that could come back and haunt them in the future. And if you want more tips to build an online reputation that will help you actually, other more than hurt you in your career, then go to nielsreib.com and download an action guide that I've made. It'll give you tips to build an outstanding online reputation that actually will help you attract more and better career opportunities to you. And you can just click the link right above here and go to nielsreib.com/action guide and download it for free. With that said, I hope that you go out there and get the career you want and deserve. See you soon.